At Town Hall 12, there is already a wide variety of strategies to choose from. However, these are the 3 best Town Hall 12 attack strategies you need to use for reliable 3 stars. Let's first start with the Queen Charge Hybrid, a relatively strong and consistent strategy. Basically, your first phase is funneling. Mainly, you want to start off with the Archer Queen, and if you're going to use it, the Flame Flinger. The Archer Queen into a charge is usually going in for the Town Hall since it's a heavy key building, but you can also go ahead and use that to deal with the enemy clan castle, which you should always try to do. In most situations, you are not using the Flame Flinger, so that Queen Charge is trying to go in for the clan castle and the Town Hall. In other cases, the Flame Flinger is a really nice addition because it provides support for your Queen Charge. While your Queen is dealing with the Town Hall, you're able to go ahead and use the Flame Flinger to get rid of other buildings more on the same side as her, just to speed that up and create one side of the funnel. Now on the other side of your funnel, you've got the use of the Barbarian King, going in and creating a small yet noticeable funnel for your hybrid to work yourself through, which is really important when you're using this attack strategy. So you just want to make sure that you are getting your queen through the base, funneling with the king, and then sending in your hybrid next. Next phase of your attack is the hybrid. Now, I would always recommend this, but try to go for the Eagle Artillery as quickly as possible. Look for the quickest route to it. The Eagle is a dangerous defense, and if you're not able to get rid of it, it's gonna be the downfall of this strategy. So try to prioritize an area that you can easily get to it. Whether it is a I or L shape in the base, you want to be able to make sure that you're using the heal spell early alongside a Grand Warden ability, and then going ahead and using your back end heal spell. Of course, you might have other spells like Freeze, which can be very good, but otherwise, you realistically will just be able to overpower the base. Usually, a good Queen Charge with a good funnel set is going to allow the Miners and Hogs to just dominate through the rest of the base, which is why it is so powerful at Town Hall 12. And it is definitely good to start using, especially once you go to Town Hall 13. So it's a really good strategy, it's consistent, and will get you 3 stars. Next, we have a strategy that isn't talked about too much, but here at Town 12, it's completely broken. The Super Witch Smash. This works insanely well on a wide variety of bases. Typically, you're going to start with your first phase, which is the Warden Walk funneling. This is typically done with the use of the Warden Walk, then using 4 lightning and 1 earthquake to remove an inferno and other defenses around it. This is the fastest way to kind of create the funnel with the Warden and also get some value and funneling, which is always what people want. But of course, keep in mind that you can also use the Flame Flinger. It's really good if you are able to find a base that has an Inferno with no defenses around it. That's where the Flame Flinger gets a huge amount of value, so usually against islands. But otherwise, the lightning spells are far better because you can get defenses. Otherwise, that is when you're able to start luring your Warden over with the Super Witches. So once you're in the Super Witch phase, you'll lure over the Warden with the Super Witches and then send your Queen in, of course. Now you've got to set the other side of the funnel. This is where the Siege Barrack and the Barbarian King come into play. They're really good at doing this, and being able to funnel out one side with these two is insanely good. This is only if you're using the lightning spells. So while you're sending in your Super Witches into the base, you'll want to make sure that you're dealing with the Town Hall. Dealing with the Town Hall does not require you to actually use the Warden ability, which is really nice with this strategy, and since there's no slow or poison, you don't have to worry about that with the Super Witches. As long as you're able to keep them alive with the healers, it becomes insanely strong. You can use a Grand Warden ability after the fact, and while your Barbarian King funnels kind of starts to die down, you should still have the Super Witches tearing through the base. You want to jump them throughout the base, and of course, try to use the rage spells, 1 early and 1 in the core of the base to get the most amount of value. You might even find a headhunter sniping off an air defense, which can be really good value in some situations. But otherwise, as long as the Super Witches are being tanked for by the big boys, and of course, having support from the Grand Warden and support from a lot of other troops, including the Hog Riders from the Clan Castle, you should be able to get a 3-star. It's absolutely one of the easiest attack strategies here, but of course, it takes a lot of that time and planning since this is still a smash attack, so it's not as easy as our next army. Now, of course, arguably one of the most consistent, easy, and strongest strategies at Town Hall 12 is the Zap Witches. Now, we have a variation here known as the GiWiWi, or Super Giants, Super Wizards, and Witches. You're basically using the lightning spells to remove 2 multi-target Infernos, and you want to use your lightning spells around it to remove any buildings, including defenses, of course. Doesn't matter if they're ground only or air and ground, you want to just remove as many of them as possible, which can get you some really nice value. And since you don't have to worry about builder huts healing up buildings, it's really nice. Otherwise, you just want to make sure that you're removing that for your witch phase. Now, after this phase, you get into the witches. You can actually start by clearing out a little bit with 2 super giants and 2 super wizards, which can be really good. Otherwise, you're just spamming everything in. The super giants, then the witches, and then the super wizards with the log launcher. Remember, you actually want to make sure that you are lining up the log launcher with the 3rd Inferno, the Town Hall, and if it's in range of your log launcher, the Eagle Artillery, unless the base has a very open compartment that you could get the Eagle fairly quickly. Otherwise, you just want to make sure that you're making a lane for a hero to go in, such as the Queen, to go in for the Town Hall. Otherwise, this attack is super spammy, and the only reason I would ever use this is chain. The Super Wizards can get a lot of chain. The Super Giants are one of the best tanks for this strategy, since you can bring way more than you can with the golems. So this is a really good one if you don't want to use golems and ice golems. Super Giants are pretty much your next best thing. Otherwise, you should have a lot of witches up. You should be able to remove the Town Hall, and in any case, you should be able to have so much. You might even be able to swag the Warden ability. It's a really strong strategy that really doesn't take a lot of planning. As long as you can get some certain things, this strategy becomes one of the easiest attacks in the game, especially here at Town Hall 12. And of course, we even have seen the use of this at Town Hall 15. Now, these are, in my opinion, 3 of the strongest attack strategies. They're super consistent. I've actually used every single one of these. So which one is your favorite, and which of these would you like to see, other than Zap Witches, as a breakdown for Town Hall 12? Let me know in the comments below.